Shoot. Hey, Aries-Taurus. I am so sorry for the delay. It is storming here where I am at. We just had a flash flood warning come through, so forgive me for the delay. So I kind of started our weekly reading over on Patreon late because I had to do a whole nother live. It wasn't connecting. Welcome to Mercury retrograde, right? And so now we are here. So again, thank you guys so much for your patience. Thank you for being here. Hello to all of you. Hi, Aurora. Hi, Angela. Hi, the Sun card. Hi, Queen Tiki. Thank you guys so much for already showing so much love to the chat, connecting with each other. Love to see it. Grateful to have you here. Let's go ahead and get into it, okay, Aries Taurus. Now, I will be maybe periodically taking a little pause just to make sure the connection is still here and going and strong as the storm kind of wanes in and out. So, bear with me, y'all. All right. And again, on top of it, Mercury is retrograde as of today in this moment when we are streaming. So, we are going to claim that all technological issues that could happen don't happen. All right. We are going to have a smooth read and a smooth extended. Okay. Thank you. All right, my loves. Aries Taurus. We're going to get into it. I took a little moment to kind of get into a channel, kind of clear my energy from the weekly read. Again, we did the last weekly read for August over on Patreon. So if you're interested in tuning in with us, y'all, I'm big tripping. See this, here we go. The weekly was yesterday. We did the Mercury retrograde reading just a minute ago. Lord have mercy. Okay. Well, the readings kind of did connect a little bit, so maybe that's why. But if you're interested in tuning into the frequencies of Mercury's retrograde and what all of this retrograde energy is bringing and how Mercury is compounding on all the other planets that are in Mercury retrograde, child, bear with me, y'all. Check me out on Patreon, y'all. Okay. Click the link in the description box, follow, sign up where you ultimately feel comfortable. The weekly readings and the energy shifts are available at the lowest tier on Patreon, okay? So that's always available. The lowest tier is $5 a month, all right? And then it increases to $10, and then there's the $20 option to get a personal 15-minute monthly reading with me, okay? So all of that linked in the description box below, Aries Taurus. Let's get into it. What am I feeling? Am I feeling for yous? You know what we're going to do? As I was doing the Mercury retrograde read, and because it's day one, I felt a lot of pressure in my third eye. So let's go ahead and burn the third eye chakra to help support that energy center. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get that incense lit. We're going to sound the singing bowl. For those of you that are new, I'm so sorry I did not introduce myself. My name is Gabrielle, and you are tuned here to Cusp of Roses, where we do timeless general tarot readings for all 12 cusp zodiac signs, every new and full moon, and every zodiac season. If you're interested in that content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment down below. Let me know you're new so I can say hello and welcome you to our tribe. And make sure you also check out the community board and everything else I offer here, all the playlists that are curated and linked in the description box below. Literally, the description box is the money. It's where all the gold is, all the goodies are, the resources. So check it out. And I'm grateful that you decided to tune in here, hang out with me, check into the energy. Especially if you are new to learning about your cusp status, okay? Let me know. Share your birthday. Just the month and the day. You don't have to give the year, but drop your month and day down below and you might connect with some birthday twins, all right? For my peoples, my tribe that's been hanging out with me, again, welcome. Hello, loves. How are you? Thankful that you are here. Let's go ahead and get into it. You know what to do. This is a moment of gratitude for my newbies. I will sound my singing bowl 1 to 3 times, depending on how I intuitively feel guided. This would be a moment where you would want to do any grounding or gratitude practice to connect you into the collective energy we're getting into and open you up to the messages that come forward. All right. Enough shop talk. Let's get started. Hi, X Barlows. Hi, Nia. Thank you for being here, loves. All right. Okay, Aries-Taurus. Whoa. I was getting a lot of movie references for you. In my quick little meditation prior to starting this live, I was getting a lot of movie energy. I don't know if you enjoy movies. You've gone to a movie recently. Your life could feel like a movie. Maybe some of you want to create a movie. Maybe some of you are into film, directing. You have an idea for a movie. Maybe you are screenwriters, playwriters. I always get writer energy with you guys. That's a really common energy, writing, scribing with y'all. But I was getting a bunch of like classic movie quotes. And you know what's so interesting? I don't know if you guys know that movie, The Truman Show. Again, Jim Carrey, one of my favorite actors. But it could feel kind of like that. The communication, the conversation, the connections, the energy around you could feel scripted in a way. Like almost like somebody says something to you and you're like waiting on the laugh track. Like, you know what I mean? Like it feels a bit surreal. And you know what they're telling me that's you, Aries Taurus, being tapped into the spirit energy around you. So it's almost kind of like you're not at this moment in 3D reality. You are living in either 5D, 6D, 7D, 8D, 9D, all the Ds, right? But you're living in another dimension where you're seeing and interacting with the spirit in people, not necessarily the flesh and their, how can I describe that? Like not their lower consciousness, but their higher consciousness. But you're not able to really, how can I say it? It's like you're seeing them in flesh, tangibly, but how you're hearing them and connecting with them is spirit to spirit. And they're not necessarily even aware. So this could be situations, Aries Taurus, oh boy, where you could be seeing the mask that people are wearing. The Mask, another good Jim Carrey movie. So maybe you guys enjoy Jim Carrey as well as an actor, or you have a favorite Jim Carrey movie. If there's one that comes to mind, maybe you need to like tap in, tune in, watch it. There could be some like synchronicities with your current life. I'm hearing like Liar Liar, which is another good one. The Mask, Liar Liar, The Truman Show. So maybe those three. Maybe those three are really important for you if you are a movie person. And if not, you don't have to tune in. That could just be for those that resonate with those energies. But that's what it kind of feels like. It kind of feels like you're in an alternate reality, like augmented reality or virtual reality. Maybe some of you are in that world or enjoy going there. But there's no goggles on. Like, you know what I mean? It's like you seeing through your natural eyes, but having a very spiritual or surreal experience. I do feel like that is Neptune working with you. It feels like Saturn is here with you as well. Clearly Mercury, it might be warping the communication or tapping you into the higher vibrational communication, depending on your own Mercury placement or where you maybe have Leo and or Virgo in your chart. Yeah, like Avatar. You might want to watch Avatar, child. You're going to have to carve out some time for that one. But isn't there like a new Avatar out recently? Like Water Kingdom or something like that? I don't know. If you're into that series, if you've seen it, if you've watched it, if you have the time, maybe tune into that one as well. It's movies. It's a lot of movies. Maybe you're about to watch a movie here, or maybe if it's storming where you are too, you're like snuggled up watching movies with family, with friends. Maybe you have a movie date coming up. Wherever the next movie plays that you feel drawn to watch, there's definitely messages in that movie for you. I just heard think of yourself as the main character in whatever the movie is and relate it to your experience right now or what you're going through or dealing with. What is this? Scorpio. Okay. Intensity, exposing, purging, and renewing. You do have Earth at the bottom of the deck. What else? Second house. There you are. Taurus, natural Taurus energy. But as always, you can find your second house by counting forward from your ascendant or rising sign. Physical security, possessions, material values, and self-worth. And fixed. Stability, persistence, loyalty, and dependability. Fixed signs are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Okay. Libra showing up here, 7th house. Profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partnerships. You could be trying to stabilize relationships and partnerships that you're tethered into and connected with. Maybe there are certain connections and relationships that are challenging any fixed energy you might have in your own chart. Clearly, your Taurus dynamic is active here with the second house and fixed. And Taurus and Scorpio are 7th house partners. The 7th house just came out. Okay. Okay. So you are dealing with axes, polar opposites of one another, 180s. Something could be doing a 180, making a 180. Again, that could be a part of that augmented reality type of vibe that you're feeling with others. It's like who I'm perceiving you to be, connecting with you as, is totally different than who is being presented. So maybe you're dealing with a lot of representatives of people, but like, or have, ooh, thank you for that correction. You have been dealing with a lot of the representatives of people, not who they truly are. So it does feel like you're caught between two polarities here. And mind you, we just left the season where Taurus was in the North Node and Scorpio was in South Node. So maybe go back about like a year from now here, Aries Taurus. There's something significant maybe about like a year from now or 2 years ago around this time with the second house. I'm also getting another timeline where, again, you're trying to stabilize partnerships, connections, and relationships to ensure some sort of physical security, or to mold connections and relationships into your material values or what you value around your material world. Maybe some of you realize that you have been the stabilizer for someone's sense of self-worth. Like without you, they don't know what they're worth. They don't know who they are. Like that could be being exposed with this Scorpio energy. I don't feel it's a Scorpio. I feel like it's Scorpio energies helping you see that, oh, this is the augmented reality. That Scorpio energy, being able to glow in the dark. Scorpions in real life actually are glow in the dark. They do. What I'm saying is, you might be finding out or realizing or connecting with the fact that you've been surrounded by darkness because you glow. Or there's people attracted, there's darkness that's attracted to your glow. So your inner light, because they too want to be stable the way that you are. They too want to be dependable and persistent, or they want to, Aries, Taurus. I think you're dealing with situations, relationships, and people who are, oh shit. I just heard like using you for character development. Yikes. Which isn't necessarily bad, but it's not also fun, and it doesn't necessarily feel good when you find that out. Like, oh, like you're just using me as a measuring stick to figure out who you are. Like, okay. And maybe that's kind of that thinking you're dealing with one thing and it's actually another, like seeing the higher consciousness around something for the first time. It's realizing your own power though too, which you're the cusp of power. So you're always going to be cycling through those revelations around your own influence and your own strength. But that's what that feels like. It's like somebody here is recognizing why some sort of connection and partnership, it has been so intense, and why it's been that, okay, it's been intense for the sake of purging and renewing. Purging the part of you, Aries, Taurus, that feels responsible for other people's physical security, material world, self-worth, right? Like people who have low self-esteem, they might gravitate towards you because you have such healthy self-esteem, and they kind of like, if you validate their self-esteem, then that means that they're worth more. You know what I mean? Like then they have a better sense of worth. But if you don't, they feel like they're not worth anything, or they kind of spiral out of control. So again, I feel like people have been using you as an anchor, Aries, Taurus, and it's like that's being exposed to you in a way that feels like the Truman Show. Yeah. Like, oh, everybody's been in on this the whole time. Like I'm the only one that's like hasn't been aware that I'm on a national television show. You know what I mean? Like my whole life, for real, like that I'm the experiment. Yeah, the Truman Show is going to have a lot for y'all. Such a good movie. It is such a good movie. Okay. Anyway, let's get your direct influences, my loves. Okay. Ooh. Sorry, I'm just checking into the chat here. Hi, Jody. Thanks for being here, love. All right, we got 417 here, 418. All three parties who are involved, Scorpio, Pisces, Aries. Wow, there you go. All right, so we're tapping into something here. Thank you so much, Divine, for connecting me into Aries, Taurus. Cusp energy, Aries, Taurus placements, and my soul tribe just hanging out and tuning in. What direct influences are here for Aries, Taurus? Who is directly influencing, guiding, and supporting? South Node wanted to kind of sneak out. Destined to release. So the current South Node is in Virgo and Libra. And that's, there you go. That would be what's being exposed. The relationships, right? You can look at your South Node as your karmic debts in this life. You do have, Aries, Taurus, some partnerships, relationships, connections that are highly, highly karmic. Like they are there to teach you something. And the moment you learn the lesson is the moment that those connections can dissolve and you can head towards your north node. And maybe it is centered around feeling this responsibility for the other. Self-sacrificing with that Scorpio energy. Okay. Direct influences here for Aries, Taurus. Scorpio said, excuse you, I'm here. Don't put me back in the deck. Intensity, yeah, intensity, exposing, purging, renewing, and you have a square, a challenging situations and a mountain to climb. Okay, what else? Direct influences here for Aries, Taurus. 9th house. Spiritual growth. Yeah, spiritual vision is what I just heard as well. That's what's expanding. So this challenge is here. For those of you that aren't necessarily, you got yin energy too. For those of you that are not privy necessarily to like aspects in your natal chart, a square happens when two placements or two transits are in a 90-degree angle from one another, which causes a challenge. It means that those energies aren't necessarily meshing very well. They're opposing, okay? They're creating difficulty for the purpose, though, of spiritual growth, the 9th house, Sagittarius, okay? So whatever intensity, whatever is being exposed, whatever purging or renewing that is happening for you, Aries, Taurus, it is creating a square, a challenge, so that you can ascend into a higher spiritual frequency, higher spiritual vision, insight, intuition, understanding, clarity, philosophy. So this could even be switching your ideals or your perspective in a way. It could also be helping you form concrete understandings or understandings around how spirit works. I just heard a glory moment. I don't know if that's a terminology that you use, Aries, Taurus, or if the word glory connects with you in any way. Oh, thank you, Spirit. I'm hearing Spirit so clearly. It's a moment to prove your power or the power of Spirit. And again, you've got yin at the bottom of the deck with intuition, trust, patience, spirituality, and receptivity. The yin energies are earth and water. So Taurus, Cancer, Virgo, Scorpio, Capricorn, and Pisces. That could all be involved here in this challenge. Take it as it resonates. You could have a lot of yin energy or feminine energy in your natal chart, regardless of your gender. Okay, I feel like that's straight and to the point here. I probably talked y'all's ears off with my channeling. So let's just get into it. Thank you so much, Divine. Tell me more about Scorpio square in the 9th house for Aries, Taurus. What do they need to know about this Scorpio energy, the square, and the 9th house? And again, remember how in the pre-shuffle cards that came out, Scorpio, the 2nd house, and fixed, right? Scorpio and Taurus are both fixed energies, but they are polar opposites of one another. 7th house partners, and the 7th house came out. So any opposition that you might feel, okay, how could I say it? It's kind of like there is a little bit of resistance to this challenge. There's a little bit of resistance to climbing this mountain. Maybe for some of you, not all of you, it's just not understanding the why. Like, why am I being faced with this challenge? Why am I having this mountain to climb? Others of you, I think you're hyper in tune with the intuition, trust, patience, spirituality, and receptivity. You're hyper aware of the why. It's just getting through the challenge, getting to the top of the mountain that is the active energy in you right now. So So what's going on with this Scorpio influence for Aries, Taurus, divine? Scorpio influence for Aries, Taurus. It's the Five of Swords. It's getting you to think differently. It's getting you to discern your truth. It's getting you to sort through some thoughts, some energies, and this is definitely a theme of Mercury retrograde. Currently, it's getting you to face the thoughts and perspectives, the things that you have held as concrete or things that you've been fixed on mentally as truth, to see it for what it truly is. And for a lot of you, slightly warped and a little bit illusionary. And again, that's where Neptune is coming in its retrograde, clearing that out of the collective consciousness, okay? So the mind is very intense right now, Aries, Taurus. The thoughts are very intense, okay? Magician, because of Mercury, I'm telling you. It's getting you to step into your power. That's another meaning there of the magician energy. Not necessarily always trickery, but getting you to discern where your power is, what you do have control over, and what you need to surrender to. The magician is an example of a co-creative process with spirit. Here I am with all the aces. This is what I'm intending to create, spirit, universe, God. Make it happen, right? And not as direct and not as bossy as that, but just in essence, right? What flipped up over here at 7 of Wands? That's what I mean. This is the resistance I kind of feel a little bit. Now, others of you could be dealing with people who are in this 5 of Swords energy towards you, attempting to lie, deceive, trick, paint a narrative that doesn't exist, create stories that aren't there, trying to shroud you or shroud others connected to you in confusion around your intentions or around what you want to create. Seven of Wands says stand your ground. Stand in the knowing, stand in your power. I'm hearing so much right now. That's funny. I just heard, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. Somebody might say that here tuning in. Somebody around you might say that, Aries, Taurus. That might be a saying that you're used to hearing from people or a particular someone. I'm hearing like a grandma or a grandpa say that. Or an elderly energy, an uncle maybe, an aunt. Yeah, it's kind of like you got the right one is how I kind of want to put it. Coming with the 5 of Swords energy, yeah, you got the right one. You got the magician here. Like, whether there's some people who have underestimated your power, again, you're the cusp of power. Power is the central theme of your life path. Your incarnation here. Somebody either underestimated your spiritual power here, because wands are spirit for me as a reader. Someone underestimated your strength or your ability to stand your ground or your ability to fight back. Yeah, maybe you do have a lot of yin in your natal chart. So your energy reads receptive, kind of lamb-like. Oh, if you have not, especially if you're new tuning in, make sure you go watch my Virgo season energy reading. Virgo season is picking up and in full effect tomorrow, the 24th of August. But go check that out, because there was a lot in there. And it is a bit of a doozy. It's a long one, but it's worth the watch, okay? But that's what it is. It's like, Aries, Taurus, you're a part of that collective from that reading that was perceived as, and really is, truly, the lamb and the otter. Innocent, sweet, caring, loving, affectionate, warm, right? But don't mistake that for pushover, can't fight back, won't say nothing, not the dragon, not the lion. So some of y'all are having to show your inner dragon and inner lion here. Yeah, you got the moon. So I would also say check out the moon reading that I did, the Leo Virgo new moon read. Okay, but other than that, It's a hidden. Yeah. Your strength and your power is not outright all the time for people to see. For the collective, I'm tapped in here too. People might easily mistake you as somebody they can push over, somebody they can get one over on. And little do they know, yeah, the moon clues you into everything. Or your intuition is so strong. Your spirit is so strong. Page of Swords. That's what I'm saying. This is outside talking, outside influences, like people watching, scoping a little bit. Page of Swords. Having to deal with this intensity, having to deal with the Five of Swords is requiring a new mindset and a new approach for you, Aries, Taurus. So where, let's just say, people have in the past been able to shroud you or kind of cloud you in some sort of confusion or whatever the case may be, you're stronger than that now. So this could be I just heard a repeat offender. Somebody who's done this to you before. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, you've learned your lessons. And you're learning how to apply them. You're figuring out how to apply it. And again, a lot of the times, for me, that Seven of Pentacles it's a review. It kind of feels like Mercury retrograde's overall archetypal energy. And look at you, got the sun. I know that's right. Don't worry here, Aries, Taurus. The sun and the moon out? Yeah. All that will be exposed is necessary. Everything is working out the way that it needs to. This challenge is here for purpose. And again, that's thank you, divine. That's the glory. The challenge is here to push you into the sun. To expose what was hidden. And again, a lot of the times when we hear that, oh, exposure, we think sneaky, we think conniving. But what if, Aries, Taurus, what is being exposed is your spiritual power? Your spiritual strength. Your hidden ability to stand your ground, to fight back, right? To be the magician. Like, what if that is coming out exactly as it needs to? And it almost feels like shining out to people. Yeah, because you got spiritual growth here. Shining out to people who thought they could get away with some things with you and are being made aware that they can't, not by you really, I kind of feel like not by you really doing anything, especially with the Seven of Pentacles. It's almost by like you being still, it speaks for itself. Like it says a lot more than any sort of aggressive action could. Like, it's almost in your stance, Aries, Taurus. Like a power stance. Or standing in your power, yeah. Okay, that's just another way to say that. Thank you, divine. Tell me more about the Page of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles for this challenge and this square. How is this square influencing Aries, Taurus? The Lovers and the Two of Cups. So this is what I meant by Virgo, Libra being in the South Node. Okay, Two of Cups, Cancer energy. The Lovers, also a little bit of a Cancer energy for me. It's Gemini as well. It's picking and choosing your relationships and your connections and your partnerships. And that goes for not just friends, not just family, but contracts that you sign, environments that you join, communities you're a part of, right? Cities you live in, right? It could be totally environmental for some of y'all. Choosing the spaces, the places, and the paths, the people, the things that align you or connect you into this lovers, that are kindred spirits, that support you, not take from you, lie to you, steal from you, or cheat you. And trusting yourself to know the difference between the two. And again, that could be what's being exposed, the difference between the two. All right. Clarify the Page of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. Why did I sing that? Don't know, but Queen of Cups. Take care of yourself, babes. Yeah, this is rough. This challenge is a mental one. It's a mental battle that you're in right now, Aries Taurus. But you have everything that you need to learn the lesson, to gain the information with the Seven of Pentacles. There's also just this need to take care of your emotional body, because I do feel like the challenge will purge you of emotional energy that might have been stuck in your body in some spaces, in some areas. A lot of like emotional trauma is stored in our hips area, sacral chakra. Okay, so maybe doing some sacral chakra work will also help support you here, Aries Taurus, to kind of help you regulate your emotions. Oh, that's interesting. I guess I would always maybe consider the King of Cups being the... Oh, thank you, Divine. Okay, my train of thought, I'm cutting myself off. My apologies. I just heard emotional regulation, like regulating your emotions with the Queen of Cups as I was touching the card. And in my brain, I'm like, well, wouldn't that be the King of Cups? And then Divine was like, yeah, the King of Cups is the mastery of emotional regulation. So you can't really rile up a King of Cups too much. They're very much so in control of their emotions. The Queen of Cups is learning how to do that, is in the process of learning how to, right? Because mind you, it's not necessarily about sitting in one or the other. We all have to become the King of Cups. We all have to go through the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Page of Cups, right? Especially if we're entering the court, learning the lessons. The reason why the Queen of Cups isn't the King of Cups is because she is still learning how to emotionally regulate, how to care and tend for the emotional body. How to master it, though. She hasn't reached full mastery just yet, but she's close. She's there. So a lot of you, this challenge in this square is to get you to tune into your intuition, tune into your yin energy, your inner Queen of Cups, and listen to her. Take heed to what she's telling you, what she's cluing you into through the emotions that you feel, through what's coming up out of you to purge. And that can be a range of emotion. No one is specific. Anger, sadness, happiness, joy, disappointment, fear, whatever. It's there and coming up out of you for a reason. And that's more than likely why this challenge is present. Because at the other end of it, at the peak of the mountain, is the spiritual growth. You get to see yourself from a higher vision, a bird's eye view maybe. Some of you might connect with eagles. Eagle is definitely an archetype for Scorpio. I think it's the highest vibration. The highest evolution of Scorpio, I believe, is eagle. And you got the Four of Wands. Okay. Tell me more about the spiritual. Come on now, Queen of Wands. So it's all about that yin and receptivity. The Eight of Cups. Okay. We're going to talk about this. Let me get one more out. Oh. Nine of Cups and the Knight of Wands. So how to discern your happiness, your fulfillment. How to move and take action from the space and the understanding of what you bring to the emotional table. What you have to offer. It's also the meaning of the Nine of Cups. Yes, it could be wish fulfillment. Some of you are learning how to release emotional blockages that actually block your intuition, or that kind of cloud or shroud your intuition. So when you are hyper emotional here, Aries Taurus, it's hard for you to discern what spirit is trying to tell you. So that could be the moment that ego takes over. Some of you might be in an ego versus the self phase in order to spiritually grow and walk away. Eight of Cups. So that you can find your own personal emotional flow, and then the flow of spirit can move you and guide you and tell you where to go. So some of you are learning how to not make emotional decisions from Your emotions or be impulsive with the Knight of Wands and the Nine of Cups. This also could be a lesson of learning how to move from the right energies. Like sometimes taking action in the wrong emotional state can bring the wrong situation to you. So it's learning also how to discern that. Queen of Wands. When is the energy ripe and prime for me to act, for me to do, or to be open and receive something, right? Or to trust something. Also learning spiritual patience with the Queen of Wands. Because that would be the lesson that would elevate the Knight of Wands to the Queen. The Knight is just so focused on the energy that, yeah, it becomes impulsive as opposed to discerning where's the energy coming from. Is that something that's in alignment with me right now? It just goes and it just acts. It's reactive. Some of you are learning how to master your reactions, which is bringing you this Four of Wands energy of balance. And again, connecting you that Two of Cups and the Lovers to people, places, things, cities, jobs, contracts, opportunities that mirror and honor your truth, your authenticity, who you really are. Oh, and they added respect. So mirror, honor, and respect. That respect one was added in very loudly. Because people could see you. People could know you, but do they respect you? I think that's a big one. So some of you maybe feel really disrespected by something or someone or a situation going on. Yeah, Six of Swords. Moving out of that. Not getting caught up in any of that drama, right? Moving to calmer waters. Some of you, a move is required. You need to get into a new environment, a new city, a new home, a new space, a new part of town, a new state. Heck, maybe even a new country. But this also could just be a new state of mind, a new emotional state, a new spiritual state, especially with spiritual growth. Yep, and there's Temperance in the 9th house and Libra energy, the balance, justice. So the 9th house energy is acting as spiritual justice for you. Your angels, your ancestors, your guides are showing up, and maybe even for that kind of glory type of energy, to show the strength of spirit, to show the, how I'm struggling for the words, excuse me, y'all. Let me slow down. To show the power of spirit. What spirit, what the divine, what God, however you name it, right, can really do. And that it's not just something made up. Like you could even be dealing with naysayers or people who don't believe in a higher power. That could be also challenging your sense of spirit, your connection to God or the divine or the universe, right? You could be surrounded by people who don't believe in that. And it's almost like you then will be used as an example of the power of spirit. Like, yes, there is a higher power. So there's something that you're going through that the divine is bringing in justice very loudly on. And I feel like this is connected to the sun energy. Like the justice is for the world to see or for these people to see. This isn't like quiet justice. It's just for you. No one else really knows. No, this is like on blast, public display. Do you see how spirit is moving? Right? Like that type of statement. That's the power stance for some of y'all. So again, where people thought you might have been weak or you might not have been covered. Seven of Wands, Temperance and Justice. It's like your angels, your guides, the divine, they're showing up as like your lawyers here. Like if we really want to put this in like in court, definitely watch Liar Liar, that movie for some of y'all. It's like that's what's being exposed. Spirit is defending you in court or defending you in some sort of injustice. And it's so loud and it's so blatant that Only spirit could get the glory for it. Like, again, it's almost like supernatural. Like, you know how you have those situations where you're like, I know that was nobody but God. That was nobody but the universe. Like, it could not have been me. It couldn't have been anybody else. It's like miracles, miraculous things, or again, something that is witnessed in front of others that proves a point. And the point is, Aries-Taurus, you are not to be messed with. And I heard the curse word version, but I chose to leave it out. But for real, like, don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Clearly somebody started something and it's about to be something. But would that be their karma? Yeah. Is that your concern? No. Some people got to learn the hard way. Period. That's what I'm talking about. Did I not say it was connected to the sun? Didn't even see the bottom of the deck. Exactly. So sit in that. Bask in that. Enjoy that, Aries-Taurus, because you deserve it. Somebody really tried it. But they tried it because you also needed to step into your power too. You had a little bit to shift and a little bit more to kind of get strong around. All right. Tell me about the Queen of Wands and the Eight of Cups. Yeah, okay, we're going to keep getting 2 cards. Six of Wands and the Six of Pentacles. 2 sixes. Look at that. Harmony, balance. So where people thought your scales were always going to be out of whack, they're balancing. Woo, in a major way. This is what I mean. This is glory. This is like a parade, acknowledgement, recognition, being front and center stage. It's a Leo energy. I just heard the end of Itty Bitty Piggy. Lord, Mercury retrograde. Come on. By Nicki Minaj, where she goes, I win, you lose. There, and cue the laugh track. Ha 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 ha. It's like, not to be petty, but that's what this is. You're being balanced. It's a table being prepared for you in front of the people who mocked you, or the people who thought they had one over you, the people who thought you were down and out. Yeah, like, think again. Period. Queen of Wands. Queen of Cups, the sun. I mean, right. Again, this is spirit. This is spirit making a very clear statement for you, Aries-Taurus. So if you were nervous or worried, come on. Spiritual growth, the Hangman, enlightenment. Right. If you were nervous, if you were worried, you were concerned. Doubtful. Not sure if spirit had your back. Not sure if there was a connection. Not sure if your prayers were heard. Again, so it's not only exposure for the people, for those of you dealing with the situation. It's also exposure for you, Aries-Taurus. It's to clear out your own doubt. To clear out any second guessing. Any feeling of, oh, maybe not. No, absolutely. Yes. Like, maybe yes. 100%. Flat out. And so it's up, it's happening. The challenge is the Hangman. The challenge is the pause. The challenge is being hung upside down. So that you can see yourself as the magician, so that you can stand in your power, so that you can heed your yin, your inner feminine, that has the gift of intuition. Not that masculine energy isn't intuitive. Their intuition is in different ways. But for me, and again, this is evolving and changing, with the feminine principle, especially with yin at the bottom of the deck, the feminine is really close to the undertones of things. Like, if you think of masculine more tethered to the surface of things, feminine is the depth of that water. not just dealing with the physical or the material or the earth. Right? Feminine is ether, because you have to be able to receive. You have to be able to tune in and tap in. So it's these two queens showing up for you. And look at that. You got Judgment. Yeah, it's like this situation and this challenge is calling up the feminine vibration within you. Speaking to the yin in you, the feminine in you, to say, what are you hearing? What are you feeling? What are you sensing? Trust that. Go with that. See that as valuable. Cherish that. And maybe for some of you out there, this is a new way for spirit to show up for you. In the feminine form. Because I know, you know, Western religion and many other religions, right? We like to personify spirit as masculine, which I think limits a lot of our ability to connect with the universe, with collective consciousness, with God, however you name it, right? When we only limit it to masculine, he and he, you know what I mean? It's like, it's no he or no she. It's more of an it. In existence, right? So some of that could be challenged too, like where spirit is connecting to you, spirit is speaking to you, but it's in a feminine form, it's in a feminine vibration. And if you're not tuned into your own inner feminine, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss the signals. You're not going to hear. It's not going to be connected. So this is to also get you to open up and come into a deeper union. Again, Four of Wands. Not always about connection with other people. It could be you standing in union with your masculine and feminine. We also saw the Two of Cups, which is a truer representation of that. Being your own friend, supporting yourself, coming into relation with yourself. Let me find it, because in this particular deck, this is the Tazama Tarot for any of you guys that might be interested. Where's that Two of Cups? Yeah. In this Two of Cups, like traditionally, it's depicted as a masculine and a feminine. And this one, it's two masculine energies. And they're literally quite honestly mirrors of each other. They're the same illustration. So coming into communion with yourself, fostering the relationship that you have with you, which is a mirror of the relationship that you have with spirit. So if there's a lack in your own personal relationship with yourself, there's also that same lack with your connection to spirit. So it all can be worked on. All is connected. That's the judgment call here. Get into your yin, tap into your intuition, trust yourself, trust what you're sensing through your emotional body and your spiritual body. Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands. Be patient, which I know is tricky, but the patience is also that Hangman energy. Wait, see it all, tap into it all, because you're growing. Even when you feel like you're not, you actually are. You're growing and you're shedding, especially with the Eight of Cups. You're starting to understand a lot more, and that is yielding a lot of beautiful spiritual growth for you here, okay? All right, Aries-Taurus. So that has been the main portion of your astrology tarot reading. We will have an extended over on Patreon. It will be a live read as well. That will start when we're done with this one. In that live reading, we'll pull a little bit more tarot from the bottom of the deck. All right? And from there, we will see what the highest vibrational outcome of this situation and this energy and this challenge will be for you, and what spiritual growth will look like for you, so that you can best recognize when you're in the energy, when you've arrived, when you've reached that mountain peak. All right. And then from there, we're going to pull a manifestation practice, a few manifestation practices and affirmation messages. Ooh. Jupiter's here. That's the 9th house with the thunder. That will maybe shift. Yeah. Thunder can talk about quick shifts in your perception and your reality and in your mental state. So that might help shift your focus a little bit, or get you to see what you need to see, or help manifest whatever you need to manifest and create. We will pull up to 3 of those. All right. It comes again with an affirmation and an actual manifestation practice to implement, to connect with the energy. So that will be over on Patreon for those of you that are interested. That availability starts at the middle tier. Okay. On Patreon. And for that 1 monthly price, you not only get access to all of the astrology readings that I've done, this is my 2nd round of them, extendeds, but all, I believe, 13 or 14 now rounds of extended love readings that I've been doing. All of that is available on that tier, plus access to the weekly readings and the energy shift readings. Okay, so you get a lot of bang for your buck over there on Patreon. And I appreciate all my Patreon members tuning in here for all your love and support. And even if you just check out the link, I appreciate that as well. All right. I do have memberships here on YouTube. Okay. That gets you, I think, a green highlight. If you can see Queen Tiki in the chat, she's one of our lovely members here on YouTube and on Patreon. Hey, girl. Hey. But you get a nice badge by your name here. You do get perks to show up. And there's also at the highest tier on YouTube a weekly oracle message upload that also comes with a healing meditation and practice. Okay. 8 of Wands. All right. Major shifts in your intuition. Yeah, we're going to clarify the moon and the 4 of Wands before we get into the extended. Clarify this 4 of Wands here. 4 of Wands is your energy, Aries, Taurus. It's Venus in Aries. Some of you could have a Venus in Aries placement. Speaking of Venus, there she is right there, the Empress. And we're going to definitely, oh, look at that. Hold on. And there's the 6 of Swords again. So we are definitely going to tap into yin, the 2 yin energies here. Okay. In the extended, see what the Empress has to say. But with the moon and the 8 of Wands, again, your intuition, your ability to tap in here to your feminine frequency, Aries, Taurus, again, regardless of your gender, we all have masculine and feminine within, is shifting and rapidly expanding. Okay. 8 of Wands is also Sagittarius energy, which is 9th house energy. So it is growing. Your perception, your intuition, your receptivity, your spirituality is growing. And it is getting you and moving you to move on from the maybe even the idea of relationship and partnership that wasn't actually beneficial to you, that could have been warped by the 5 of Swords. Like I said in the pre-shuffle, it's like there are certain connections in relationships, especially with Virgo Libra being in the South Node, that all of us are destined to or are being asked to walk away from or detach from 8 of Cups for our own spiritual growth. So it could be capping us, blocking us, right? And once you see that and understand that it's the things that you're committed to or something you're committed to here or actively participating in with someone, because the 4 of Wands is truly partnership in that way. It is someone that you're going to have to kind of leave maybe behind here, because your feminine energy is screaming to you, Aries, Taurus, to do so. To shift forward, move away, detach, see it for what it is. So this could have even been someone that you thought would be long-term in your life, someone that you thought had good intentions towards you, and maybe this is what's being exposed. Okay, but you are protected and guarded. I do want to say that, like, as you go through this shift, you are protected and guarded from any ill intent, especially if you're dealing with people who deem themselves magicians and are doing 5 of Swords type of confusion energy, and they're, you know, trying to maybe interfere with something here for you. Whatever that is, it's not gonna work. Okay? But that also takes you believing in your power and believing that, again, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. All right? All right, Aries, Taurus. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and being here. I hope that this portion of the reading served you well. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Again, if you're new here and you enjoyed this, definitely say hi so I can welcome you to the tribe. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can tune into the upcoming lives. I think I have everything up till this Friday posted. I'll be posting the lives we'll do over the weekend, maybe even over the next full week. Okay, I'll have that schedule out to you guys soon. So you can hit that notify me bell and tune into the readings that you want to watch live and hang out here with me on, all right? Sending you a lot of love here, Aries Taurus. A lot of strength and a lot of courage to stand your ground and step into your power. Because it does feel like there's a lot of effort that has to be put into that, okay? So I hope and I pray that you find that inner strength to do so, all right? And you learn how to trust your intuition and trust that feminine form of spirit within you. All right, and I'm wishing you well with whatever the situation is. All right, and we'll see what the outcomes are available based on the actions taken in the extended. But thank you, Queen Tiki. Thank you, Aurora. Thank you, X Barlos, for being here as well. Who am I missing? Thank you, Angela. Oh, hi, Faux 20 Neon Lights. Thank you for being here, love. Good to see you. I don't want to... Hi, Jody. Thanks for showing up as well in the chat. I appreciate your presence, love. All right, I'm looking forward to reading all these chats back, but thank you guys so much for your love and support. And I'll see you guys in the next one. All right? Namaste.